The topic I'm going to talk to you today is peace in the mind and peace in the world. Inner peace and outside peace. The question is why we keep talking about peace or war. We're talking about conflict, and then we talk about the solution of the conflict. We study conflict and we try to find a solution. But probably you heard the story that if you discover one solution, you actually create 10 more problems. So if you create a solution, you actually create 10 more problems. The hidden agenda is transforming your heart for peace, not just about the peace in the literal sense. I'm going to present to you two sides of life. One side of life is here. You look at the photo, it's a house, okay? I've been invited to this house once, only once, and I just don't want to come back. I'm so scared. It's a one owner. You see? It's bigger than the hotel. 5-star hotel is not as big as that. This one too big. It's like the small city, luxurious city. And you see the gate, the entrance. You see the corridor. So all the room. You see the room here, the corridor here.
Where is this?
You will know very soon.
Okay.
Thank you for the question. And you see that's reception?
That's a room.
It's bigger than the best hotel in the world. I've been to many hotels. It's just incredible. I've been there only once and I never want to come back. You see the bathroom? You see the bathroom here? It's normal? It's normal. Only one thing you can't see is here. Something here. See?
The gold tap. That's gold. Gold.
Gold. Excellent. Gold. It's made of gold. All gold. Gold.
This one has to be in a Middle Eastern country.
And it's a swimming pool. You see swimming pool, especially designed for the rich people. They have the mechanism. When you throw yourself into the swimming pool, it creates the circulation of the water, improving your health. And automatically it have the frequency, electricity or whatever. It just keeps you healthy. Yes, just incredible. You know how much it costs for the swimming pool? 50 million US dollars. And that car, only one owner, one person. See how many cars they have? All the luxurious. You would believe that that one would cost you about $1 million already. See? Now, you look at the ODAA. It's made of silver. It's not the color. It's made of silver. It's true silver. So as you see, that's just one side of the life. Can you see the toilet? I just showed you? Yeah. You can see it. You remember that? I showed you the toilet? Yeah? Can you see the toilet?
Oh yes, it's right there.
No, you can't see it. It's just a mirror, but you can't see it. You know why? I'm sorry because I sit on that, so I can't show you. Now, another side of the life you can see here. That's not just one side. Another side of life, see here. A little starving boy crawling for food. You see that? And deadly disease search for medicine. Children die every day in South Africa in front of me. I can't do anything. A little boy searching for food. Where the food is? Tell me. And a dying boy waiting for medicine. And as soon as medicine come in, he passed away. A starving boy eating food. And in Australia, I saw many people throwing food into the rubbish bin. They don't care. But the children somewhere in Philippines, in Kenya, in South Africa, even in Cambodia now. I just came back from Cambodia recently. Children starving for food. Medicine. You see, this little girl, when the medicine arrived, she died. And water. You see, in very hot country, they don't have a water supply. So that the good source of water. You see that? Washing water. A little boy crawling for food. And you see a little bird here, waiting for the boy to die so that it have a meal.
Is that a vulture?
Yes. Now, the question is peace of world. All peoples, Christian, Islam, Buddhist, we all religious people. Religious people mean we love human beings more than anything else. What did we do? Do we have a right perception about reality, about peace or war? Give you some facts. Now everybody loves number. US spend 15 billions every month for the war against terrorism. 15 billions, you see, every month. If that money is given to the poor, self-comfort the whole world in their lifetime. So the question is, was sensible or reasonable? That's a fact by GOP spoken. See? 15 billion just in Europe. And I sit down, I think that if that money is given to the 5,000 charity, and I'm going to give them $30 million each charity, still have some money. Just 1 month for the military expenses. Or if you stand out in front of the target and give out a $100 gift card every minute, and it will take you 285 years to spend 15 billions. But people spend $15 billion on the military business, on the war business, a month. Now look at the consequence of the war. The World Trade Twin Tower on September 11 cost only about 6,000. They killed less than 6,000 people in New York. The war on Iraq cost about 3,000 soldiers and 40,000 supporting staff. But you look at the fact here, 16,000 children die every day because they don't have the medicine, they don't have the food. And you multiply 365 days, you got 6 million children die every year. So comparatively, the war then create the damage for the people, like injury, death. The number is too small. Whereas we have the children dying every day. The number is too significant, it's incredible. You see? And that's the war for the medicine and nutrition. I approached one pharmaceutical in US asking for help getting some medicine for the children who contract some special diseases like malaria. You know what they said? They said, no way. I said, why? you're $1 billion company. Give me, says, 10 million medicine, $10 million medicine. They said, no way. I said, why? The reason is if they give some special technology to resolve all the cleanliness, water cleanliness, and the malaria, they would not have the chance to sell their pharmaceutical product. So that's the business. They sell it, and the UN fund it, the government, the US government pay for them. It's a $1 billion business. So they want the people to suffer so that they can make money. Why we cannot see the truth? Because media distortion, they tell the story what they want to say, and of course they are manipulated by the business people, enterprise people, capital people. The second is a very funny thing is don't care attitude. I've been around many countries like Europe, Canada. When I talk about the situation, all the intelligent people, rich people, they say, so what? I don't care. It's not mine. It's not affect me. So I don't care. It's a don't care attitude. It's the attitude, it's the mentality of the people. And a third one is usually blamed for is they don't have the capacity to do anything. They don't want to do anything. Because they believe that even they want to do something, they cannot do it because they don't have the capacity to do it in a large scale, in a global scale. Now, we're going to give you a little bit test of the mathematics because it's just a way to look at the mathematics. On the left side, you see complexity. On the right side, you see very simple. On the left way, you see the complexity. On the right side, you see very simple way. On the left one again, always the left is complex. The right is very simple. Don't try to calculate. I did it already. You look at the symmetry here. You see? Now, 101% equal 100%. What does it mean when you want to give more than 100%? Yes, I help you with a little mathematical formula. If A, B, C, D equal by 1, 2, 3, you put a number on the alphabet. And then you discover hard work just at 98%, knowledge 96%. Attitude 100%. You see, even you win the exam, you have to go to attitude. The winning attitude will get you past the exam. And the love 101%. Love of God means many things. Maybe your conscience. Therefore, one can say knowledge, attitude, just equal, but the love gets you to the top, 100%, 101%. The hidden enemies in any conflict is ignorance. I don't care. I don't want to know. Why should I know? It's your problem. It's not my problem. People dying every day. 6 million children die every day. Die every year. So what? It doesn't affect me. That's a don't care attitude. Why? I don't know. But one thing I'm sure is it accumulates in ourselves the ego. We are in the top. We don't care anybody. Are we in the top? Yes. You see yourself as the most fortunate student to study in the Sydney University, which I believe is the top university in Australia. I'm proud to say that. But what you see is actually what you get. Now, if suppose you see something by closing your eyes, what you see here, what is it? What is it?
A man. It's a man and a woman. For me, someone praying.
Okay, let me show you a clear picture. See? So what you see at the beginning and what you see at the end is different. Because you project yourself with the image. That's called illusion. What you see here is the head of the man. Okay, but if you see clearly, it's two people. So what you see is actually what you get. You are acting under illusion. That's why we create the war in this planet. Everybody fighting because they don't have the true vision of what reality means to them. See? It's mean different thing. Here.
It's two people.
Okay. Two people. See? You are acting under illusion. And here, just for fun. Don't pay severe attention. See? You see the man with the clasp? But when you look at the word, say liar. See? So it's all depends on where you stand, what you want to see. What you want to see is not actually what it is. And that creates a conflict, even mental conflict between the two people, two teams, two community, two nations. You see it's a different point of view because you only want to see what you want to see. You are projected, you are educated to see the thing the way you think best for you, suited for you. How many legs this elephant has? Couldn't count. See? Oh. You have to open two eyes to count it. Take one verse from the Bible. More than that, we rejoice in our suffering, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our heart through the Holy Spirit who have given to us. How many people as Christian in this room? Show your hand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, in minority. Sorry, but still offer. Okay. Am I right to say that suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character? Yes, of course. It's through suffering you get the experience, and it improves your character. Buddhism has a 4 steps we call the Four Noble Truths. The first one is, that's the first Dharma lecture delivered by the Buddha after his enlightenment. The first thing he says, there is suffering in this world. Only suffering, nothing else. Death, birth, aging, illness. You don't get what you want. You see the one you hate every day, like you want to divorce your husband, and you see him every day, every minute. How awful it is. And departing from the loved one. Like your son, you love him too much, and now he just died, and you cannot recapture his image. You regret. That's a suffering. And Buddha also said about the cause of the suffering. Every suffering must have the cause. Nothing came out from nothing. It must have a reason. So if we contemplate using mathematical equation, simplify the problem, and you can see reality is very simple. It's not complex at all. Number 3 is we know how to handle the suffering because you know the cause of the suffering, and then you can abolish or eliminate the cause of suffering. So if you steal my money, I will take revenge. I will try to steal your money back. If you beat a child will find a way to revenge. Cause and effect. So if you stop doing the bad thing, nothing bad will come to you. So the 4th one is balancing your lifestyle by loving kindness development. Unless you have a loving kindness character, you cannot share with anybody. You must be a loving person first. In order to develop the loving kindness, you have to love yourself first. You cannot say, I love everybody except myself. It's untrue. You are telling a lie yourself. You have to love yourself first. Suffering can be curable, uncurable, external or internal reason. And a lot of people claim, God made me suffer because I'm a bad boy, I'm a bad girl. In Buddhism, we don't believe it. We believe that what you did come back to you. It's called karma or karmic action. What you did will come back to you. If I'm saying nice to you, you of course will behave the same to me. If I'm going to cheat you, of course you will cheat me. And the laws of the consequence in this world is very clear. If you grow mango, you put the mango seed, you will have the mango trees. You cannot put the mango seed under the ground and you have the durian. This doesn't work like that. So the cause of suffering, scientifically we can see is a physical, psychological, mental, universal, because everybody suffers just by ignorance. They don't know. They don't train yourself to listen to their suffering. And sometimes they pass their suffering to some other people, like relatives, some people working in the office environment or factory. When they go home, they pass all the angers or the dissatisfaction to the children. You see? And what we call man-made suffering. It's you who made the suffering, nobody else. How to see the suffering? Medicine, of course. If you got the headache, you get the tablets, and you get more tablets, you get the headache again. And sometimes I was told by the doctor, the more tablets, the more pharmaceutical product I take, the less mental creativity I would have. I would degrade my capability to memorize a certain thing. Of course, we can go to counseling, but the good thing is still tolerance, accept what it is. Okay, tolerant, and appreciate the differences. Different gender, different color, different nationality. We are born differently. You believe that we are different? Who say we are different? Show your hand up, please. Only 1, 2, 3. That's very good. The answer is no, we are not different. You know why? Because when we cry, we behave the same. The tear drop out, and you cut your flesh and bone. You see we have only the red color. So balancing your lifestyle by loving kindness development, you have to understand the purpose of life, why we are here. We are here to fight, or we are here to enjoy life. And can you enjoy your life if I give you $1 billion and put you in one island? Nothing, nobody, just yourself. And you can have 1 billion sitting over there. You like it? No, you wouldn't like tiger, you know. So the attitude is we and they, or we and them. You see, the opposition, the mental opposition. And the comfort usually causes destruction. People nowadays want the luxurious car. The more car they have, the more damage they cause to the environment, the ozone. So we have storm, we have somewhere people suffer, you know. Later it come back to us. Like Japan, you see the nuclear power. You know, now this go everywhere. In the air, in the water, there's a lot of fish die. And we will eat the fish. You eat the fish? So actually, even you throw the rubbish on the street, you cause destruction to the society and yourself. So when we talk about the happiness, we always talk about responsibilities, go hand in hand. Because the happiness is actually the result of the acknowledgement of the responsibility. You don't want to go home and your children say, "Mommy, I want something. Mommy, I want the lolly. Mommy, I want the games. I want the computer." You get a headache, and they don't want to do the homework. What do you think? And they don't care how suffer you are, whether you have the money or not, whether you can earn the money or not. They don't care. And sometimes you got a headache, they still nagging you for money. Would you like it? No. So happiness goes with the responsibility. If you want to live happily in this world, you have to take responsibility seriously to protect the environment where you live. Environment including the natural environment and the community environment. And of course, the last one is selfishness. People is very selfish. Even I myself. I'm very selfish. I want the enlightenment. I don't want you to be enlightened. So I shave my head, I go to the temple, go to the jungle, and practice myself to become the enlightened monk. I just don't want to share with you. That's a selfish. See? So how I demolish selfishness? Only by loving kindness. By loving kindness. In Buddhism, we have the technique to improve our loving kindness. And if you are interested, I will come back to teach you some practice. It's for free. I'm not charging you. So balancing your lifestyle is a middle way. It avoids too extreme. One, the enjoying too much, luxurious item, and other ones don't have anything. I don't have anything. I don't have the home, I don't have the property, I don't have anything at all. But I have one thing. You. I have you as a friend. Wherever I go, I got friends everywhere. 52 countries. I went around, people welcome me because I got too many friends. When you come back to Philippines, maybe I have a chance to see you in Manila, and then we become friends, you see?
Yes, we are.
See? Buy me a cup of coffee. No problem. Thank you very much.
You can pour two.
So usually in Buddhism, the central balancing is between the loving kindness or compassion on the one hand, and on the other hand, we have the wisdom. We have to keep the balance between the two. The middle way approach, I can say, it's just about justification. Why you see nowadays, you see the Tibetan monks and Burma, they demonstrate and they burn themselves. Why? The principle in Buddhism is non-violence. Why they do it? Are they doing it because they hate the government? Or they want to throw the government away? Or they want to raise awareness among the people that they are suppressed? No. people or the media, in the majority of media, misinterpret the doctrine, the sacrifice. The whole point here is the monk in Tibet and the Burma, they burn themselves because they love the government. They don't want the government continue to suppress people, to kill people. Like you love a child, you love your child, you don't want your child to commit the drug addicted, you know. You want to stop it. So you have to find any ways to stop it, to bring the government back to the mainstream, to the proper government, so that it can create the happiness for the majority of people. So by demonstration, by burning themselves, they are not taking any action against government in the literal sense or in the media sense. What they're doing is tell the message, send the message to the government. Stop killing, stop corruption, because it's no good for the people. And the people is a power base for the government. Either father, a child. See? Yes.
But you say that one of the first principles is that you have to love yourself,
Yes.
love the others.
Yes.
So if you burn yourself.
Yes. I'm going to talk about that.
Please.
In the Buddhism, they transcend into two streams. One we call the Theravada. It's going through the Silk Road trade for many years. They sell the cotton, silk, merchandise from India. They go through Burma and Thailand. And Buddhism, of course, coming along, and they develop what they call the Theravada. And another stream, or another group of merchandise selling people, they go through Himalaya mountain, go to the Tibet, Thailand, or China, and they call the Mahayana, and they will develop the Maha Bodhisattva. The Maha Bodhisattva is to live for the other. The principle is to live for the other. When you are happy, I'm happy. That's the message. Okay? To live for the other people. And they choose to sacrifice themselves for other people's happiness. So it's up to you to think. In a family, a mother may be selfish by protecting her interest, her self-interest. Or she sacrificed her self-interest for the family members. So you have to keep the balance. And the terminology in the Buddhism called the midway approach, halfway, not too extreme. But in my vocabulary, I would say justification. In particular circumstances, the question is whether it's justified for you to do a certain thing. Justification. So, what the people burning themselves is they preventing further destruction of social peace by engaging in peace promotion or demonstration here. Actually, they apply the compassion plus the wisdom, both elements. They put them two elements together. You have to have compassion, love everybody, love yourself, love everybody. But at the same time, you have to have the wisdom. If you don't do anything, the society will corrupt. Society will collapse. And now we have the self-destruction of our environment. The scientists prove that within the next 20 years or 30 years, the whole planet will be destroyed by our current living habit because we destroy the ozone. The ice from the north and from the south poles keep melting, and it creates flood, cyclone, everywhere, people dying. Are we caring, or are we saying, I don't care because it doesn't affect me? It's up to you to choose. So by loving yourself, you always have a responsibility yourself, see, to the community, because where you live, you cannot separate yourself as an individual from the community. So in reality, we have to apply the compassion and wisdom together. It's go hand in hand. Buddha teaches us very simple way. It's like mathematics. You saw already, very simple. They said Eighth Noble Development Path. If you do it, you can improve the peace in your home and resolve all the conflict at home, within the community, within school group, or within the nation, or between the nation and nation. You never know, one day one of you may become the UN ambassador. I never know. 40 years ago, I didn't believe that I can do anything. I thought as a monk, I would go to the jungle and try to practice meditation. But suddenly, 30 years ago, I was appointed ambassador for peace in the UN. And I have been doing it for 30 years. Cause and effect. If you do the good thing, some good thing will come back to you. Somebody will recognize who you are, what you want to do. They pick you up. But first you have to do something. Right views, right thinking, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. That's the Eighth Noble Path. First you have to have the right views. If you don't have the right views, or your views or your perception is influenced by the education, the gender, the cultural background, or religious background, you may exhibit the different attitude or different action toward the circumstances or person. I give you one example. What do you know? The Islam culture, men can have 4 wives. Don't smile at me. This is true fact. Am I right? But if you have a man has 4 wives in this country, what do you think? It's illegal. It doesn't recognize. So it all depends on the cultural, legal framework, or the country, or the environment you live. In Asian countries like Cambodia, Thailand, men and men can hold hands together on the street. No problem. They can embrace each other like brothers. Not a problem. Nobody listen. Nobody care. But in this Australian, in Sydney, if somebody embrace on the street, men and men, women and women, you know what they say? Homosexual. So it's the interpretation is different. Why we do have the different interpretation? It's just because we are mentally educated or indoctrinated in that way from the childhood. We are born in that family. We live in their circumstances, and we believe that's right. So it creates a conflict. So if you have the right view, you know what they are, where they come from, and you appreciate the differences. Second is right thinking. After you have the right view, you say to yourself, think why there's a differences. Why there is something which you cannot understand. And the third one is right speech. And that one's always create a conflict within a family, within the community, even in the temple, in the church, even between the monks. Sometimes I tell my monks and my colleagues here, the nun, they keep arguing and keep shut up. because I'm not trained to argue. I'm trained to tolerate, appreciate. So I keep shut up. And when I shut up, 5 minutes later, they're gone. They have nothing to say. Right action, when you have the right view, you will have the right action. Why somebody beat you, and you know the circumstances, or some reason, or accident, or something, and then you will perform the right action. Not just retaliate. And retaliate. Without right view or right thinking, we create a conflict. Endless conflict. Never stop. And the fifth one is livelihood. That means you live in a decent way. Not to steal, not to commit adultery in principle. Right effort. If you fail in one assignment, are you going to throw away your career? No, go back and do another assignment. Do better. Right effort. Right efforts need right time and right place. Right mindfulness. The conflict usually creates because people are not mindful about their action. Even in a family, they are not mindful because they are very close relatives. So they just say what they want to say without mindful about the consequences of what they say. And it hurt our relative, husband, wife, children. It hurt him. Last year, I met a lady who's 72, and she took her husband, 84, to the court for divorce. I said, what are you going to do at your age, grandpa, grandma? Why you need the divorce? If you don't like each other, you just separate, go your way. You have too many children. One can stay in one house, one children, another one's no problem. So why you want the divorce? You know what the lady told me? She's 72. She said, Master, to be honest, I tolerate this problem deep down in my heart for nearly 50 years. At the time I was married to him, that man, on the first day of my marriage, he says one nasty thing, hurt me a lot, and because of the children, because of the family, because of the culture, I have to keep down in my heart. I cannot divorce him. But now I'm living in Australia, I have a right to divorce. I don't want to see his name on my death certificate anymore. You see what? 40 years, 50 years, people still get hurt deep down. They keep the hurting feeling deep down in their heart. Just because somebody says something nasty. So right speech is very, very, very important. So you have to be mindful of what you want to say. See? And in the family circumstances or environment, or even in the class environment, I believe that a lot of student friends create some destruction, comments to friends. And sometimes they just don't want to listen. They don't want to see each other. Just the speech, see? Now, classify the item, we can say the first, the eco-wisdom. Right views and right intention, or right thinking. We classify it, we call the wisdom. The more you see, the more you think about the problem, you create more wisdom. You obtain more wisdom. And the second one, we say the ethical conduct is classified by right speech, right action, and right livelihood here. It has the ethical element. And the final one, we say concentration or mindfulness is right effort, mindfulness or concentration. You do, if you want to do the good thing, you have to concentrate on that. And you have to make all the effort to do it. And if you perform, if you do practice Eightfold Path Factor, what do you get? You will get superior right knowledge. You know exactly what it is because you keep thinking about that, you keep analyzing it, and you have the superior right liberation. You are not attaching to the phenomenon or the conflict because you know the cause of the conflict. You know how it happened. So you're not attaching yourself. You're not suffering. Yes?
No, for me, like, when you talk about that and you put superior, I relate that to ego.
No, it's not about ego. It's a purification. It's about the proper. It's a perfect. I should use the terminology perfect. Perfect knowledge, perfect liberation. Thank you for asking. Smile. Keep happy. Everybody happy. You see? The Eightfold Path, right speech leads to the truth understanding. You see here? You don't have to take all the notes because later on, if you want, I can give you a copy of this one through the email. And I'm going to ask you to sign your name on the email. I send it to you. Not a problem at all. And the important thing about here, right livelihood lead to sharing. It's not just about the having 1 million living in one island. See? We have family, we have relatives, we have friends, son, daughter, grandpa. We want to share. Now, one terminology which has been misinterpreted in English for many years, but because it has been a common terminology, so people take it for granted. Literally, the Pali language called Bhavana, yeah, and the writing is like that. It means development, the gradual development, the gradual cultivation. So when they say metta bhavana, we call the metta meditation. It's misinterpreted. It's called loving kindness development. You have to develop your loving kindness. So it's not necessary for you to sit down in a lotus position and think about the loving kindness. I'm loving, I try to develop my loving kindness. It doesn't work. You have to think what you can do to improve your loving kindness. First, in your family, you have many people to love. Father, husband, wife, kids, children, grandpa. And usually one technique we teach people in university about the practice of meditation. We call the loving kindness meditation. And you sit properly, it doesn't matter whether you can sit in a lotus position or not. But you project your image by thinking about the person you most love, most dearest love, like husband, grandpa, or father. Doesn't matter whether he or she is still alive or passed away already. But that's in your life, that person you love most, you project yourself. Every time you spend about 1 hour thinking about that person, not shifting the image, without shifting the image, just projecting your image to one person. Only one person you most love. And then keep thinking about that, and immediately inside your heart, you develop or cultivate is correct language, terminology, cultivate the loving kindness, because that exhibit the loving kindness to a particular person is cultivated. Gradually, you never know, maybe a year, suddenly you have the loving kindness nature. Second one, we say Chitta Bhavana. That's means development of mind, the second one here. So you're mindful of what you do, just not you do it because you want to do, because you hate something, you just want to throw the something else. No, you are mindful of what you do. Even you throw the rubbish on the street, you know how damaged, how bad it is for the environment. And even for yourself, if you develop the bad habit, throwing the rubbish around, you see. And the final one, usually you heard the story in the meditation centers around the world. They say Vipassana meditation. You know what Vipassana meditation? Something is just amaze people and they don't understand. Actually, it's a true knowledge development. You see the thing as it is. How do we see the thing as it is? Let me give you by analogy. You're men, women, we have everything on this planet. We have the car, we have the aircraft, we have the building. We see many different things. Are we different? Yes, by appearance, but no. Scientists prove that everything exists on this planet is made of or contributed by 108 atoms. Am I right? 108. No more, no less. At each atom, we have electron, proton, and neutron, which is energy. So physically, we are different by appearance, but from the scientist's point of view, we are energy. We are equal. There's no difference between electron. Doesn't have the connotation of the sex, gender, nationality, culture, or belief in the electron. We are all equal. Why we project ourselves so differently? That's the whole thing. That creates a conflict in this world. Developing the kindness, you see the affection to fish. You like it? You don't like it. I don't see your smile. You see, tiger and pigs, they can live together. Tiger and pigs, you see. Why not human beings? Why can't we live together happily with loving kindness? What makes us comparatively to tiger and pigs, we are so low in the intellectual capacity or intellectual property. We don't have the capacity to distinguish what is right and what is wrong, what's the benefit for people. Pigs and tiger can live together. Why not us? By definition, metta means loving kindness. It defines loving as a friendliness, natural function to promote the friendliness. It degenerates into selfish, affectionate desire. But the important point from the Buddha point of view is very simple, like a mother nurture a child. She can sacrifice her life for the benefit of a child. If you can cultivate your loving kindness to that level, you sort out all the conflicts in this world. You have no hatred. Sometimes I develop that currency we call the currency of heart. So if we are fighting, family fighting, husband and wife fighting, I give that $1 to them. And my requirement is they have to sit down and hug each other, you know. Father and son, husband and wife, brother and sister, when they are fighting. And that has been circulated around many countries. If you want to buy it, it's very expensive. You know why? Because unless you relinquish yourself, selfishness, you cannot have it. Because if you hate a person, you cannot embrace that person. As a husband and wife, sometimes after divorce, they don't want to see each other. Not even talking each other through a telephone. Now, on the 25th of October this year, from 9 to 5 p.m., we have a global parliament in the New South Wales Parliament here. You are all welcome. We have 80 representatives from different countries. They all young, enthusiastic, and we are promoting the global parliament to solve the global problem, like the environment, the war between the different countries. Many things we believe restricted within the vicinity, but no, it's a global problem. So we need a global parliament. And that model has been established for about 3 or 4 years. This year, it has been very successful, organized in Monash University, about 120 representatives from 80 countries coming and debate their rights. They claim their rights. And just August this year, we have another one in Canberra, in the Parliament House. And they are young, but unbelievable. They are so energetic, so creative. They think the problem ahead. Because this earth, this planet, belongs to them. They will have to find a solution for them and for their children. I'm obsolete already. I'm 70. I will be gone very soon. But this planet belongs to the younger generation. So that's why wherever I go, I always ask the people to look after the next generation. You have to give the proper support for the next generation. Doesn't matter whether it's your children or the relative. Next generation will create a better environment, and we have to help them. This planet belongs to them. So wherever I go, I always support the little monks, you know. Without them, we don't have the Buddhism anymore. Before I stop here, I would ask you to sing the song with me. Sing with smile, sing with the heart, sing with the loving kindness. And the first is I am you, second is you are me, and the third is we are one. I do first. It's not demonstration, but I do first, voluntarily, and then you follow up. Okay, we sing together, and then we have a break. Okay? I am you, you are me, we are one. Can you do it? It's simple. Smile, come on. I love the smiling. I capture your smile. Can we do it together? Okay. I am you, you are me, we are one. No, it's very Come on, I spent 1 hour to motivate you, to inspire you. And there's no smiling at all, no energy at all. I am you, you are me, we are one. One more, please. I am you, you are me, we are one. Keep smiling and be happy. And thank you very much. We can take a break, and then after break we can have any questions. Thank you for the patience, for the tolerance and understanding. And my reward is somebody smiling at me. Okay, we come back, we talk, we practice, and then we go home. And we have a good night. Have you had dinner?
Not yet.
Oh, very sad. I wish I could have money to buy your dinner. Okay, we talk about many things already, but we keep talking. And we actually, after you have seen and listened to my presentation, you believe that you would like, or you are inspired to do something for the benefit of other people or the children in less developed countries. You see how they suffer. But the question is when? Are we keep talking? I don't want to go into the lecture again because it's too long, dry, this is boring. I'm going to give you some entertainment. And after entertainment, we will go to the question and answer session. After the question and answer session, we will, of course, traditionally and culturally, we will take the group photo so that we know who we are. And we remember that in a photo you have to smile, otherwise look ugly. Okay, now I'm going to entertain you with the little one here, if tomorrow never comes. The question is when we are going to do it, when we are going to build the harmonious, peace environment for our children. Beautiful, but we actually destroying all our environment, all the beauty. If I know it would be the last time I see you falling asleep, I would tuck you in the more tightly and pray the Lord you should keep. See, beautiful, the ocean, now all the fish and all the die everywhere. Dolphin, I saw dolphin die everywhere. Fish. We destroy our environment. If I knew it would be the last time that I see you walk out the door, I would give you a hug and kiss you and pull you back just one more. If I knew this would be the last time, because you don't know it's the last time. You think there's something more, so you resist temptation to do something. Beautiful environment, but we throw the rubbish to destroy our environment. If I knew it would be the last time I hear your voice lifted in praise, I would take each words and action and lay them back throughout my days. sincerely and tell them now, today, not wait until tomorrow. Even you love the children, do it now. Take time to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and it's okay. If tomorrow never comes, if tomorrow never comes, why don't you do it today? Why don't we do it today? It's simple. So do it today. What are you going to say today? To each of your friends?
Rochelle, I love you. That was weird.
Here. I wish I loved you more than I hate you. Because nobody is perfect. Remember that. Nobody is perfect. Everybody have error. And that error, at the beginning, we say mistakes create the better character. Cultivate the wisdom if you want to learn, if you're keen to learn. But the whole thing is not just by providing. The lip service doesn't mean anything unless you do something. Turn thinking, creative thinking into action. Not in the future, but now. When you go home, you can practice this. Talk to your husband, wife, children. The first thing you say, I love you more. And now I want to love you more. Because you know, tomorrow never comes. You may pass away tonight. Nobody knows. Earthquakes, cyclone, everywhere. So murdering, massacre, everywhere. Accident. Everything can fall on your shoulder. Why don't we say to each other, I love you, I forgive you everything, and it's okay, we can live together. And that's magic. Speech will provide the better solution for the community, for our family, for the nation. You remember that the Prime Minister, when he said, I make the apology to Aboriginal community. You know how many people, how many Aboriginal people tear up? They cry. How many eyewitnesses in Dartford? I was there. When they read the message on the television, they cried so happily. Just by the speech, I apologize. Nobody perfect. We are not perfect. Why we require other people to be perfect? Okay, now let's see. Finish as I promised the first session of the presentation. Somebody falling to sleep? No? Then we can go into practice. What we learn is just a literature. The method, the cause, the effect, the consequence, and the literature, the way to do it. But how do we practice? The first thing, as I mentioned before, in order to solve all the social problem, family problem, we have to develop or cultivate our loving kindness. We have to have the loving kindness as our nature. We have to love ourselves, love family members, love the neighbor. And in the Bible, I recall one verse, love your enemy. Am I right? Love your enemy. If you don't love yourself, you don't love your family members, you don't love your neighbor, how can you love your enemy? So gradually we develop, like you go to school, you went to primary, high school, and then after you graduate from high school, you're sitting here. And in the next few months, you'll be gone. You graduate. Then you go to upper level, maybe doctor degree. Somebody doing PhD now? Show your hand up. Nobody doing PhD. I'm sorry, I know you. Of course. So we keep moving up. See, gradually we're moving up. So it's a practice. Loving kindness is just by nature. You are born with the loving kindness. Of course, you are born with the loving kindness. You see the children when you throw black and white, yellow children, they play together. 2-year-old, 3-year-old, they play together. They share the cakes. But why not now, the adults? We lose our loving kindness. We lose our compassion. Now it's the time for us to forgive ourselves by practicing to cultivate the loving kindness. Would you like to do it? Okay, sit properly, close your eye 80% and open your eye only 20%, projecting the image in front of you, projecting the image of the person you mostly love, like your father, your husband, your child, your son. Doesn't matter whether that person is alive or passed away already, but must be the most person, the person you mostly love, dearest love. Projecting that image in front of you. Close your eye 80%, 20% open, and keep thinking about that person. As soon as you're thinking of that person, immediately inside your heart, you cultivate a loving kindness towards that person. You love that person. You want that person to be with you. Think about that person. Don't shift the image. Some people will shift the image in 5 minutes or 5 seconds. Keep concentrate. Okay? Okay, now you change the image. You think about someone you don't know, but living next to you, maybe neighbor or friends in the past you don't know, but now you want to project the image, and then you want to love that person. Try to cultivate the love toward the person. You don't want really know that person, but now you want to love that person, like neighbor or friends or the lecturers in the past. Try to love the person whom you know very little. Okay, now you shift the image. Think about that person. Try to cultivate the love in your heart. First step, which is the most important thing, is project the image of the one who really thinks that person, she or he, make your life miserable, make your life so difficult, and now you want to project that image in front of you, and you try to cultivate your love toward that person. You want to love that person, the one who make your life miserable. And now, you don't have any. You are so lucky. You are so lucky. But I believe that in one way or another, from your childhood until now, you got somebody who really swearing at you, fighting with you, and do a lot of things terrible to you. And now you want to cultivate your loving kindness toward that person. Develop the loving kindness by projecting that image of that person, and try to love that person. Try 5 minutes, you will see that I will tell you how to hate you, make your life so difficult. Now you want to love that person. We finish the practice. You see the difference between the three steps. The first step, when you do bhavana, that means meditation, you're thinking about the one you love. The second step is the one you don't know but you want to love. And the third one, the one make your life so difficult, but you want to love that person. So can you share the experience with the group? How do you feel about the first step? It's easy? Easy. Because you love that person, your mother, your father, your sister, or any person you most love, dearest love. And immediately inside yourself arising the feeling, the good feeling about that person, very warm feeling, loving kindness feeling. But in a second stage, it's more difficult. Because maybe your neighbor you never know, or one friend in the classroom. You don't know much, but you want to cultivate your love. It's difficult. What about a third one? The one make your life so difficult, make your life miserable, and now you want to love that person. So difficult, isn't it? And that creates the conflict in this planet. Why people fighting? Because they don't have the right view to seize the problem. Why that person create the problem for you? Why that person make your life so miserable? Do they have intention, bad action, or bad intention, or they plan to do it, or by accident? By analogy, when I explain to you the divorce between a couple, very old couple, it's just about speech. 40 years ago, when they just married, the husband says some nasty thing to the wife. And the wife keep it for 40, 50 years. And at the age of 72, she won divorce. And the final conclusion, she said, I don't want his name on my death certificate. Incredible. People hide the anger inside, deep down in their heart for many years. So, we should be mindful of our action, our speech, not to hurt our relative, our friend, our community, because every action, every word we speak, everything we do will hurt ourselves, our friend, our relative, our community. So mindfulness is very important. Be mindful of every action, every speech. And remember that I did talk about the mindfulness meditation, but we didn't have time. Today we have a limited time. So we should, actually you should practice 15 minutes each project, each step. 15 minutes first, thinking about someone you most love. Second, someone you don't know but you want to love. And the third one, someone make your life so difficult but you want to love. So each one 15 minutes every day, and you never know, within about 3 months or 6 months, every family members at your home will see you differently. Because you change without notice. You do it every day. And every action you do, every speech you give to the family members will be different. It will be so different. It exhibits and encompasses love, compassion, caring. We go to school, we learn from primary school to high school to university. So in developing our loving kindness, we have to do gradually, and we have to do it every day. Now, thank you very much for your listening, tolerance. I think it's very dry, but I hope I keep you smiling. The final session is we take group photo together.